Well, thank you guys so much. And you thought I wasn't paying attention. Well, I am. The whole Ingram family is here from La Crescent. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
All right. Julie, you're back with us again.
Again, yes.
We talked to you
I'm
this
here.
morning, and we're glad you came back. Steve, Dad is here. Ashley's sister is here. And, of course, the boys, Jason and Cory. Hi, guys.
Hi.
It is so good to
Hello.
see you guys. Every year we see you, you're just a little taller. Either that or we're getting a little shorter, one of the two, which could be the case.
I'm not
So,
sure.
you're not sure?
No.
That was a good answer. Yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Julie, let's start. Should we start?
Sure.
How did it start? What's your story?
The story is, two people, they get pregnant and fall in love, get pregnant, and have thinking about having babies. Well, what happens? You have twins, and the doctor says, we have issues. They're going to come early. They're small. They're preemie.
When did you find out? How many weeks were you?
We were probably 25 or so. We knew that they were small, but come 26 weeks, 27, that's when they said, you'll have these babies within 2 weeks. So they're 3 months early. You're thinking you still got lots of time left. They're supposed to be April babies, and we made it 1 week before the Dr. Peck said, you're coming in. You're going to meet your kids. It's time to deliver. So it was, January babies, not April babies.
So, Steve, you're here with us. Dad is here. Hi, Dad.
Hi.
Yep. Well, one of two things. Either that was for you or that was a pledge coming in. So we're going to say it was for you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
So tell me something. What went through your head when you found out you have two preemies that are going to be here within a week? What was your role at that point?
Just to be, just be strong, have faith, and see what was going to happen. We didn't know, but we got a couple tours of NICU, and got to see some of the things that were going on, and it helped us understand and kind of prepare for what we had coming when the boys were born.
So, Julie, he was with you every step of the way.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
So here comes Jason and Cory. Okay.
Jason came first at 2 pounds, 10 ounces. Cory realized that it wasn't time. January is cold. He wanted April. And so it took a little while before he was actually delivered. C-section also. He came at 1 pound, 3 ounces. Breathing on their own, everything was difficult from the get-go. They needed help. They weren't ready to survive on the outside world. My theory was that Cory was going to do better, actually, because Jason was the reason they were premature is because of twin-to-twin transfer syndrome.
And what is that? Maybe we don't.
It means that the umbilical cord didn't split 50-50,
Okay.
so Jason had 80% of everything. The oxygen, the food, room. He kind of was the hog at the time. So Cory was just thriving on 20%. So we knew once they were delivered and once we got here that he would thrive. That's what we were hoping for. And with, Gunderson here, the NICU, knowing that he would be in the incubators, the new giraffe incubators that were purchased up in the NICU, he was able to hold his body heat, able to, keep his temperature up, and it was amazing to see them thrive. But then you would see those days of, okay, now their lung collapsed. Now this is what we have to do. They're going to have eye surgery, and this is all even before you've held them. It was over a week before we even held Cory.
So what's happening to you when you're finding out that kind of news, that you have surgeries coming up?
It's kind of, you don't feel like you're actually in the moment. You have to step back and just kind of take priorities, know that the doctors and the nurses and the care providers are doing everything possibly, to help them survive, to help them function and to get what they need at that time. At that time it might just be able to keep their body heat up or to be able to keep food down. So every step was a milestone.
Steve, when you came in the lobby today and you saw that incubator over there, that giraffe incubator, did you just walk right by it or did it bring back memories?
Oh, every time I come in here, it brings back memories. It's not so much, but it's just, just think they were 12 inches long, 14 inches long, a ruler, and very small. But with the help of everybody here and what they're doing, they're miracles.
One of those incubators, $40,000.
Yeah.
Children's Miracle Network
Yeah.
hospitals make sure that they're upstairs. And I didn't realize, that there's a heating element there that's necessary to keep these teeny tinies going.
Yeah, yeah. They can't produce their own body heat. You could see through, if you were to look at pictures of the boys when they were little, you could see through their skin. They're translucent.
Woohoo! That was another call coming in.
Keep the calls coming.
You know, we
781-1477.
Good girl.
I've been practicing.
Well, that's good. Excellent. And we haven't even thrown out a number yet, and we already have 4 calls that have come in since your family sat
Sweet.
down.
Awesome.
So we're gonna increase that. We're gonna
That's
at least
right.
go for 10 is what we're doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have the Empire screen printing team.
Nice.
And aren't they doing a fine job taking those pledges?
Fabulous
We appreciate
job.
that so much, spending your afternoon with us. So, okay, so the babies are how old at this point?
At this point in the story or this point of life?
This point, well, no, the life I can see.
This point of the story, we're still, oh my gosh. Jason stayed in the NICU he was in for 6 weeks. He came home about 3 pounds, 3 ounces. So during that time of his stay, he was a little bit stronger than Cory, but he still had a collapsed lung and needed hernia surgeries. And then he was kind of the saving grace for Cory because Cory didn't always do well. And the nurses would then take Jason, put him in Cory's incubator, and Cory's vitals always improved when his brother was with. So, the nurses, it's not just...
Kind of makes you tear up a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit, doesn't it?
It does.
I mean, doesn't it
I
just-
have a picture
They just need each other.
that the nurses took of them
You
with
guys are so
Jason with his
adorable.
arm around
So
him.
look,
Yeah. And,
You
so
tell
Cory,
16-year-olds you're adorable. You're so adorable.
of course, they appreciate it. And then coming back and forth, the food vouchers, knowing that they weren't going to kick us out. We could be in the NICU 24/7, and they never got sick of us. They might have told us to shush once in a while, to be quiet or something, but it was your second home. That's where you spent day in and day out for Cory, it was 2.5 months.
Wow. That is just amazing when you think of the amount of time that has taken out of. I mean, he wasn't even supposed to be born yet at that time.
No.
They weren't even supposed to be born yet.
Nope.
And you're still in the hospital with them.
We're still here every day. I worked at Gunderson at the time, so that was my kind of saving grace where I could go up before work, on breaks and so forth, and as soon as my shift was done, that's where I was sitting, is in the NICU.
Children's Miracle Network hospitals, how did they jump in and help you guys?
With food vouchers, those late nights that you would get here come up from work and not want to leave, they would make sure that you went down to eat, go grab some food. Afterwards, they were really instrumental in our life after the boys came home, because you get 2 boys and preemie with the oxygen that they needed and the monitors that they needed. Well, I needed help. So respite, the vouchers back and forth when we were doing all the doctor's appointments to be able to eat here. Respite was one of the hugest ones for us, to have someone come in and that would be able to care for them and not freak out.
Well, yeah.
It's a big responsibility.
It is a huge responsibility. And it's nice to have, little babysitter that lives down the street, and that's great. But the needs were greater.
Yeah. Yep, a lot of needs. When that apnea monitor would go off and you're wondering if they're breathing or not breathing and what to do, or if a gavage tubing came out, they, at this age, they're not normal babies. Woohoo!
We have 5.
Awesome. Keep calling.
We have 5.
They don't eat like a normal baby. They can't just take a bottle. They have to have a tube, placed down their nostril, down into their stomach, so that they can have the nutrition that they need, because they don't know how to suck, swallow, and breathe. These are things that we take for granted when a child is born. The other things that we take for granted are just the normal. You get up, you hang out with your baby and don't have to worry about all the stuff you have to take with. We were carrying monitors and oxygen and all the extras and making sure that they fit in the car seats and could still breathe when they were sitting in the car seat.
And we never really left the house for almost a year with them.
Well, I can see why.
You know, with the stuff going on, they didn't want to get infection or
Right.
get sick or anything. So we had people come over and they took care and helped us out, you know, with our family and stuff. Big supporters. But yeah, it was cooped up for a while.
Did you ever think it would just be so nice to just be able to run to the grocery store, you know, without having to plan it out or to even go to church or to go shopping or whatever it is without having to have a huge game plan in place?
Yeah, everything was a plan. Everything was, who's coming with, what stuff do we have to bring with, how long will we be there, eventually it got easier once they got rid of the oxygen and you could get rid of the apnea monitors except for when they're sleeping at night.
When did
Some of
things
those
start
things.
getting a little easier? How old were they?
You know, it's such a blur, but I think day by day, it's truly that roller coaster, and any parent that has a child with special needs, an illness, a sickness, knows that roller coaster feeling. You might have 5 really good days, and then that 6th day is just the bottom, and then you're slowly making that climb again. But everything was delayed like 3 months to 6 months. So when you thought that, okay, things are getting better and they're eating on their own, something else would happen. There would be a hernia surgery that needed, or an eye surgery, RSV. There's just so many other things that happened. But they got stronger and, got a lot stronger.
So, Cory and Jason, I can see you're paying attention and listening to what Mom and Dad are saying. Does it bother you a little bit when we're talking about you guys like this? Are you okay with that?
I've just kind of gotten used to it.
You've gotten used to it.
Yeah,
You guys, heroes,
Mhm.
Children's Miracle Network Hospital's heroes. And I know you've done a lot and you've been to many fundraisers. How do you feel about being part of a huge family like that?
It's humbling, really. I love just being with everybody and just trying to make a difference.
So, are you able to talk to your friends and stuff? Do they ask you now, how were things, when you were little like that? And I mean, are you able to talk about it? And do they understand what you went through?
Not so much, like talking about it wise, but they kind of get what happened, and they can kind of understand it.
So when you show somebody a picture when you guys were babies, what do they say?
Most of them are kind of shocked and amazed that they're like, that's almost crazy that we can get out of that. So
I know. Well, you know what? It's just been so much fun seeing you guys because we bump into each other every now and then, and that's a good thing. And when Children's Miracle Network Hospital gals, when they call and they need help, you guys are right there. You want to be part of it.
always, yeah.
Yeah, it's growing up with a different family. That's great. And how about your involvement? You happy when they call and jump at?
Oh,
and
absolutely.
help 'em
Yeah,
out?
we're available. Call and see what we got going on, and the more the merrier. We can help out. It's
Have you had
awesome.
any families ask you questions about how you dealt with it?
We did more when we were in the hospital,
Uh-huh.
when we were with the kids, and we were in there, and they pointed maybe to Julie or myself, but to Julie a lot, and say, how would you guys deal with this? How are you dealing with it now? What do we have to expect? And with some of the tours that they were given back then, and giving them some ideas of what to expect, it kind of eased their pain. It wasn't going to make it better all the time, but it eased their pain.
There we go. So sitting next to me is pretty Ashley. Hi, Ashley.
Hi.
All this talk about the brothers, all this talk about the boys, and here we are sitting next to you. We don't want to leave you out either. How old are you?
I am 14,
And what grade are you in?
freshman,
And what class are you currently missing at school because you're here?
civics and English.
Okay, so are we moving this along at a slow pace for you? Are you good?
Sure.
Okay, excellent. Well, you came along today as family support, and you always do. You guys always travel together in a big pack, and we're so happy about it. You're shaking your head. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You guys are in it together. So you're at home. All right, Steve, let's bounce this one off you. You're at home making the decision to make a call in a pledge. What would you tell them?
I was just going to say, we have some of the best NICU and PEDS people in the area, and so
It's okay, Dad. You'll be all right. I know you've been through a lot.
it's important, and it helps the kids.
16 years and these emotions are right here. You guys are such a
Every
tight-knit
day.
family. I know, every day. So picking up the phone right now
Yeah,
would be
absolutely.
a real good thing.
Make a call.
Make
it
a
doesn't have
call.
to be right now, but when you're off work or something, and the kids could use it. So
781-1477 is the number. We ask for 10 calls, and to tell you the truth, I forgot where we're at. We're halfway there. I think the calls are coming in one right after another. And I think what we'll do is we're going to keep you here. You know, these teachers are not going to be happy with me.
I think they're good. I think they like it. I mean,
They're glad that you're here supporting the Children's Miracle Network hospitals, not because you're here not going to class. Okay, so that's good.
Actually have the streaming online. Some of the teachers were actually going to stream it. And
Oh,
watch it during
great.
class.
Great. Joni's in big trouble. Joni is in big trouble. 781-1477 is the phone number. We're going to be here until 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So I think what we'll do here is we will just continue to invite people to call in. We don't want people to call in when they're driving.
Nope.
No, we'd like them to pull over. Or if they're at work, maybe ask permission to call in a pledge. That would be good. We don't want anybody else getting in trouble today. Apparently one is enough. 781-1477 is our phone number. Julie, you have plans this weekend. You know what? This wouldn't have, we're not going to talk specifically about her plans. I'm not going to go there. My point was, 16 years ago, you couldn't have taken a girls' weekend.
No. Life, when you have a child or children with needs, those family lives get put on hold. The kids come first, and it's not just our kids, but the families that we have met, kids with heart disease, the cancer, leukemia, diabetes. Lives get put on hold, and every parent would do it no matter what. Now my kids are a little bit bigger, a little bit healthier. I can take a little time, but there's still a lot of families out there that don't get to take that break, and CMN, helps with that, with the respite, with making sure that they have the education that they need, that they're comfortable with what's going on. The people that we've met through this organization has just been. It's hard to put into words what they mean as a family to us.
Oh, I think you guys have put it into words very well. I think you've done that. You've done a very good job at that. And respite care is one of the things, after all these families we've talked to in the last day and a half, that's the first time that that's come up. It's amazing the different ways. All right, we're going to cut you loose. You guys have to go back to school. All right. 781-1477, that's our number. Ingram family, I can hardly wait till our next time together. I can
Thanks
hardly
for
wait.
having us.
Boys,
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Thank you. You're listening to the Children's Miracle Network Radiothon, a service of the La Crosse Radio Group.